Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to be with you all this afternoon, probably possibly going into the evening. I am here with the council representative, Councilwoman, District 6, Crystal Smitherman, and we're happy to represent not only the residents of District 6, but all of the city of Birmingham. Just a couple of acknowledgments first. One is to first actually thank Crystal Smitherman as the counselor and leader of District 6. We work well together. Constituent issues and constituent services are very important to her, so I look forward to addressing some of these issues and giving an update today. The second group of folk I want to thank are the residents of District 6. So many of you all take pride in your neighborhoods in District 6, so thank you for what you do on a voluntary basis in the neighborhoods you love and you call home. The third is the neighborhood officers, the presidents and vice presidents, as well as the secretaries. You all, again, spend a lot of your time outside of your block neighborhood at these monthly meetings on a daily basis, taking issues from the residents. Thank you for what you do. And then the fourth group are the small business owners in District 6 who voluntarily have taken the time and set up shop in District 6, providing a service to the residents of District 6 as well as the city of Birmingham. So thank you so much for what you do. Listen, before I move on with some updates, I want to turn it over to Councilwoman Crystal Smitherman for any greetings she would like to bring.
Thank you, Mayor Woodfin. Hi, everyone. I'm Crystal Smitherman. I've been serving District 6 since January 2019. Welcome. We'll be giving you some updates, and if you have any questions, feel free to email my office, and just know that we're always here for you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Listen, it's been an honor to work with the counselor for the last year and a half. A lot of work has been done in the district, and so what we'll do is not only highlight what the counselor has accomplished over the last year and a half on your behalf, but we'll probably go back a little more over the last 2 years of some of the things we've done. So jumping in, what I would like to remind the residents of District 6 is that you all have a minimum of 4 community resource representatives who would not only attend your neighborhood meetings, but take issues, take complaints, and address services when there's a gap in District 6. Those 4 people are Jasmine Fells, Harold Houston, Herman Lumsey, and Andre Watson. These 4 people provide a valuable service. They are civil service employees of the city of Birmingham. They're very passionate about neighborhood issues as well as constituent issues. And so if you don't know them, I hope you take the time to get to know them. If and when you have an issue, in addition to calling 311, which I highly recommend you all call to receive a tracking number, feel free to also reach out to those 4 people I named. Now, I'm very excited to share with you there are 2 additional civilian employees I would like for you all to get to know in District 6. And it's centered around any issue you have with crime. I'm always comfortable with you all calling your beat officer or calling the precinct to speak to a sergeant or a lieutenant or a captain or the head of the precinct. But I want you to meet 2 people that are embedded in the precinct but serve on the civilian side of addressing crime issues within District 6. They are who represent South Precinct. Her name is DeVoris Ragland Pierce. Her phone number is 205-933-4146. Again, that is the Crime Prevention Specialist. Her name is DeVoris Ragland Pierce. 205-933-4146. The other person representing West Precinct is Felicia Mirren. Her phone number is 205-297-8353. Again, 205-297-8353. I really hope you all take advantage of calling these 2 city employees when you have an issue that you need to talk to someone with or share information with or give more detail to or want to take a ride with or come by your home. Councilor Smitherman, is there anything you wanted to add to this before we went to the next issue or topic?
No.
All right. So we'll jump right into some of the neighborhood issues. I know one of the issues that's top of mind for a lot of the residents of District 6 is blight. We refer to blight as some of these houses that are beyond repair and need to be torn down. Unfortunately, District 6 has its high share of some of those houses. But I do want you all to know that over the last 2.5 years, we've torn down 120 structures that have been demolished in District 6. 107 of those 120 were city contracted demolitions, and 13 were by private demolitions of those who actually own the home. So that's, again, that number is 120 houses that have been removed and demolished off-site out of the district. The next thing I want you to know on the same topic is the number 40. These are the number of houses that are condemnable structures that we've identified. You have 5 in the Arlington West End neighborhood. You have 1 in Greymount. You have 2 in Mason City, 9 in North Titusville, 2 in Oakwood Place, 7 in Powderly, 6 in Smithfield, 4 in South Titusville, and 4 in West End Manor. Councilor, is there anything you wanted to add or share about demolition before we move to the next topic?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Woodfin. So since January 2019, I started in 2019 and not 2018. As of July 1st, we've had 59 structures demolished, and from July 1st, 2019 to July 1st, 2020, which is 1 year, we've had 28 structures demolished in 1 year. Also, my office has identified a house. I have the address. It is at 1343 16th Street Southwest. It's in West End. We've talked with constituents, and during the school year, a lot of kids play in this abandoned house. So the District 6 has decided to adopt that house to demolish it. So I think it's very important, and it's a high priority for both of us to get these houses demolished, especially the ones around Hemphill Elementary School.
Thank you, Councilor. We'll jump to the next topic, which is zoning. We understand that a lot of times, unfortunately, some of our neighbors don't do their own part in taking care of their own property. And it not only causes an eyesore, but unfortunately, it brings attention to other things that need to be addressed. So as it relates to zoning enforcement cases, in District 6, there are currently 62 active zoning enforcement cases. Of those 62, we've closed out 34 of them, and that is some good news. Some of these violations which we've addressed include business use of residential property. So we're referring to some of these folk who want to be mechanics in their own front yard, which is a no-no. Outside storage, again, you should not be doing that. Home occupation violations, fence violations, as well as some inoperable vehicle cases. Keeping up with some of the enforcement issues, I now want to talk about housing code enforcement violations. And the number's pretty high. It's almost 2,000, but the exact number is 1,868 housing code inspections have been conducted in District 6 over the last 2+ years. This includes property reported in violation of the city's property maintenance code. And so we've increased the teeth in our property maintenance code because we want to make sure residents are doing what they're supposed to do. It doesn't matter if you are a homeowner or a renter, you still have a role to play in keeping your property up. Crystal, is there anything else you wanted to talk about on some of the zoning issues?
No, I think you covered it.
All right. We now want to talk about the critical repair application program. Many of you all know that some of our residents have been living in some of their neighborhoods for 30, 40, 50 years, are in need of repair of certain items within their property, and they probably need some additional resources. So the Community Development Department supports and manages a federal grant that allows our residents to apply all over the city for these for this critical repair grant. It is a very competitive process. Just because you apply does not mean you get it. In addition to that, the federal government has certain rules in play in order to qualify, mainly starting with how much income you receive in your household. That being said, the critical repair application approved by the Community Development Department during the 2019 cycle within the following areas of District 6 are a total of 15. The 15 are broken down by Arlington West End 3, North Titusville 1, Oakwood Place 1, Powderly 4, South Titusville 4, West End Manor 1, and Woodland Park 1. The average cost for a critical repair grant per home is $13,000 plus. The smallest amount ranges at $6,000 with the maximum amount of $15,000 for a critical repair grant. We're very proud of this program, and we look to help as many residents throughout our city, particularly our seniors, as much as possible who don't plan on going anywhere, but still deserve to have some more upkeep in their home. Now I want to talk to you about a next topic that I know the counselor is very sensitive to, and many of you all are sensitive to as well, and that's illegal dumping. I started with this information, giving you this website. That's birminghamal.gov/illegal dumping. Now, many of you all have heard about our Don't Be a Dummy campaign. It's quite simple. We need extra eyes, we need extra help in catching either residents or worse, people who don't live in our city that come in and dump in our city. And so what we've done is create a process whereby if you catch someone or you see someone illegally dumping, you can pull out your cell phone, your camera, your device, any device you have that you can record this. And if you get face description, particularly if you see the car and can get the tag of the car, bring that information down to the magistrate's office, and then that allows us to actually prosecute a person for illegally dumping in District 6. It's really important that if you see it, that you help. The main thing I want to stress is please do not engage the person. Just simply record the information and bring it to us. We'll help in doing the rest. I do want to report that 40 cases of illegal dumping have been resolved in District 6 over the last year, so that's really good information to share. Councilor Smitherman, before I went to the next topic, is there anything you wanted to add around illegal dumping?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Woodfin. So my office goes down the district now twice a week, and usually what happens is we will report places for illegal dumping to the mayor's office, and they'll clean it, and then within less than 24 hours, that same place will have illegal dumping. My office, along with the environmental police and the code enforcement, we've actually caught somebody illegal dumping as well, and we did talk to a person to find out why they were illegal dumping. So I've seen this with my own eyes that this has happened, but I'm very excited to say, and Mayor Woodfin and I have been listening to the neighborhoods who have been requesting this for months. We have gotten neighborhood cameras. They're called NOLA cameras. They're actually in my office right now, and we're working on installing them in the office, and that'll be used to help catch people who are illegal dumping, because sometimes a lot of residents, you may not be able to see the person who is dumping. So this is a pilot program, and we're going to evaluate and see if these cameras are effective and how many people we're able to catch. So this is something I'm very excited about, but we still need your help in eliminating illegal dumping in District 6.
So yeah, shout out to the counselor, her team, as well as the residents for pushing this issue. I know the counselor, she didn't say it, so I'll say it for her. She's very excited about this pilot program because this is one of the calls I get from her staff and as well as the counselor. She's tired. I think the residents are tired. We're tired of people being nasty, dumping where residents live. It's stupid, it's wrong, and it shouldn't be done. By the way, it's illegal. So we look forward to catching these people who just are doing the wrong thing. With that, I do want to jump to the next topic, and that is weed abatements. So, listen, I want to address this. Let me address this first by giving you the information, and then we'll go into, some of the human element of this. The number is 2,727. That is the number of lots that have been cut or cleaned or cleared in District 6 over the last 2+ years. Again, that number is 2,700+ number of lots we've cut and cleaned. The vacant lots cut by contractors is 770 of that 2,700, and the lots cut by our own city staff is close to 2,000. Now, separate from that, all right, so put a period on that. Separate from that, there are 742 vacant properties in the weed bill for District 6. I want to break that down for you. That is 742 empty lots that are currently in the queue to be cut. I want you to know, just because you see a lot, an empty lot, an overgrown lot, it does not give the city of Birmingham permission to just cut it. Most of you all should know that the state of Alabama has very strong private property laws. So the city of Birmingham, even if we don't own the property, legally is not allowed just to go onto somebody's property and cut that lot and cut that grass. We have to go through a legal process where the council approves this weed bill. That being the case, these properties are either waiting to be cut or put on the contractor's list and or in the process. Now let's put a period on that. Summer 2020, outside of the COVID coronavirus issues, what we found is just the month of June and now July, combined these past 2 months, we've had combined over 20 days of rain. For every day it's rained, unfortunately, has not allowed our contractors or our city employees to be in a position to be on schedule and maintaining, cutting these grass and cutting these lots. Unfortunately, well, the good news is it's raining. We want it to rain. The bad news is because of the amount of rain we had, in addition to when it's lightning and etc., our employees are not in a position, our contractors are not in a position to be out there. So I know you may not like the way it looks right now in District 6, but that's simply because of Mother Nature, not because we don't want to do it. But aggressively, when it's not raining, our crews as well as the contractors are trying to catch up because we know we're behind. I thought it was very important to be very honest and candid with you where we are with cutting grass. Councilor Smitherman, is there anything you wanted to add to that?
Yes, Mayor Woodfin, thank you. So the District 6 office is being proactive with neighborhoods. My father, Senator Roger Smitherman, and I are sending money to the neighborhoods so they can contract with a third party, and that third party will help to cut some more lots over the next 2 months. So we recognize that this is an issue. If you do see overgrown lots, we do go out in the district, as I said before, twice a week and get them. And if you would like to know if we have an overgrown lot and the tracking number, we can give that to you. But we encourage you to call 311, get a tracking number, and call my office so we can log that in. I wanted to talk about the numbers since I've been in office, just because Mayor Woodfin and I came in during different times. So since July 1st, the active vacant properties in Weed Bill, and we have those properties on the Weed Bill every council meeting, and we pass it every week. So if you ever want to look at the agenda, it's on there. It's been 573. Vacant properties cut by a contractor, 639. Abated vacant properties, that's 1,123, and occupied properties in violation, 317. We have it broken down by neighborhood, so if you'd like to know how many have been cut in your neighborhood, please call my office or email me. Thank you, Mayor Woodfin.
Thank you, Councilor. All right, let's go to another topic that many of you all are aware of. You are sitting at your home, you're getting hungry, you want to go get something to eat, you have to go to work, you want to go to church, you want to go visit your grandchild. You pull out of your driveway and you have to drive on the streets in District 6. And you hit a pothole and you're pissed and you're mad. And you have a right to be. I do want you all to know the next couple of topics deal with potholes, paving streets, and sidewalk repair. So we've been making the investments and I want to give you some numbers. First number is 1,730. Again, that's 1,730 potholes that we repaired or filled in District 6. Over the last year plus. Pothole repair and patching. And patching is different from actually filling a pothole. The following locations have been or will be patched in District 6 this fiscal year. You have them on Greymount. You have them on 3rd Avenue West, 8th Avenue West, Center Street, Omega, Theta, 6th Street, 4th Place, Goldwire Street, Green Springs, Martin King, Kappa, McMillan, Pearson, Jefferson, Woodland, Men's, Denison, Claiborne, and I am missing many. But I did want you to know that we are aware of these potholes and we're being very active and aggressive in filling them. We then moved to actually paving the streets, which I know is very, very important to you. Number is 2.75 miles. That is the number of segment streets we've resurfaced this current fiscal year. The investments in street resurfacing this fiscal year is $858,000. So that's almost $1 million. When I say this fiscal year, that actually ended June 30th. So now I want to talk about July 1 of 2020. It closes out June 30th of 2021 of the next streets we're gonna pave. The following street segments will be completed in District 6 this fiscal year. And bear with me because I want to call them out because you may either drive on the street, live on the street, know the street. They are Hugh Demon Drive from 14th Place Southwest to Arthur Shores Drive. Arthur Shores Drive from 16th Street Southwest to 15th Street Southwest. 7th Street Southwest from McMillan Ave to Cotton. 8th Street from 8th Street South west from McMillan to Cotton, 2nd Street southwest from Mugner Ave to Cotton Ave, 3rd Street from Cotton to McMillan Ave. We also have the alley at the Arlington entrance, which I know we've received some complaints about, from 2nd Street southwest to 3rd Street southwest. Then you have the following remaining. You have 14th Way southwest from South End to Mayfield Ave, 16th Street from Jackson Ave to Arthur Shores, 17th Street Court from 1st Ave South to Center Street South, 1st Ave from 19th Avenue South to 20th Avenue South, and 20th Ave from 1st Ave to Center Street, as well as Center Street, Kappa, and 1st Street South from Valley Creek to 6th Avenue South. All of that means the following. There's a lot of paving going on in District 6, and we will continue in the next fiscal year with 1.17 miles of street segments resurfaced for about $403,000 worth of funding. The following street segment will be completed in the next fiscal year in District 6. They include Pearson Ave Southwest from 15th Place to Cotton Ave. My favorite, because I've driven on the street, and I know many of you get tired of these trucks, Spalding East Scooter from 13th Way to Crown Gas Station, and Center Way from Hollands Drive to 6th Avenue South. Madam Councilwoman, before I dive into sidewalks, is there anything you want to speak on related to potholes or street paving?
If you have a pothole that you see or a street that needs to be paved, and if you need an update on it, just call my office. We go out and report potholes. I think this is a great thing. Thank you, Mayor Woodfin. That's amazing.
Absolutely, you're welcome. Shout out to the residents for making sure we pave the streets in District 6. So there's one other major infrastructure project related to walking, biking, driving, etc., and that's sidewalks. What we've done in District 6 is 0.53 miles of sidewalks completed, repaired in District 6. We've also included 6 ramps on citywide resurfacing in District 6, as well as 11 ramps from Center Street from Greymount to Valley Creek. That's about $164,000 investment in sidewalk repair. But we're not done. I want to talk to you about this upcoming year's sidewalk repair projects. We're going to do about 7.75 miles of sidewalks completed in the next fiscal year. We're going to do about 16 ramps on citywide resurfacing next fiscal year. And we're going to also do about 32 ramps on citywide sidewalks the next fiscal year. That investment in District 6 will probably be about $127,000. Again, if you see any issues related to sidewalks, please call our office. Please call 311. We always want you to call 311 first. I cannot stress that enough to you, that when you call the counselor's office, it's extremely important to have a tracking number. So if you see a sidewalk that needs repair, please call 311. The next thing I want to do at a high level, and I'll let the counselor, if she wants to dive any deeper, speak to this issue, and that's transportation issues. We tend to think of transportation only isolated to driving a vehicle, but we share the road with buses. We now share the road with VIA, which is a on-demand transit option. We also share the road with walkers and bikers. And so it's important that if there are any issues around speeding in District 6, that you know the options that exist on how to address it and bring that information to us. The Birmingham Department of Transportation is actively investigating streets where traffic calming may be appropriate. A helpful guide has been added to the Birmingham Department of Transportation website. Every street is different, so I really want you all to know that every street is not the same throughout our city, and every street is definitely not the same within just District 6. But it requires a unique investigation. So again, if you have an issue dealing with speeding or any other form, please not only call 311, but reach out to the Mayor's Office, Department of Transportation, so we can investigate that matter. We also have scooters and bike share. The system will be deployed at some point this fall. I know many of you all look forward to that. District 6 was one of the first pilot areas near 6th Avenue South in the Tinsville area to participate in the bike sharing program. So we look forward to the entire district being able to participate in the scooter and bike share program. In addition to that, there's Birmingham On Demand, which we currently have a pilot program that's extended to October 31st. Councilwoman Smitherman, is there anything you wanted to speak to or add about transportation?
Yes, I actually spoke with VIA and they gave me the numbers for District 6. So as of July 1st, the total rides in the city was 16,000. The total request from District 6 was over 6,500. As of today, the total rides for the whole city was close to 18,000, and District 6 has probably grown to at least 7,000. And for traffic calming, I've been working with the mayor's office, and we identified a couple of streets in West End that they will be doing an analysis of. Thank you, Mayor Woodfin.
Thank you, Councilor. So listen, we got a couple more minutes with y'all. This is our Let's Talk segment. And so this is where I don't have any notes. I'm just gonna speak directly to you through this camera. In addition to that, I'm gonna set a lob up and I'm gonna pass it to Councilwoman Smitherman to dunk it as it relates to an issue that's on her mind that she's passionate about, that she really needs to drill down to the residents of District 6. So here's my point of the Let's Talk segment. Democracy is a participatory sport. None of this was never designed for you all as residents of District 6 to just vote for Crystal and I every 4 years and then you check out. All right? Democracy is a participatory sport. It was never meant to just attend neighborhood meetings on a monthly basis. In addition to that, democracy being a participatory sport, the truth is that this relationship only works when everybody's doing their part. Now the good news is this: majority of the residents of District 6 are extremely passionate about the issues and concerns in their district. When there's an issue, they call 311, they call 911, they attend neighborhood meetings, they pick up litter, they participate in events, they participate in cleanup days. And for that, I am extremely grateful as your mayor, because you understand the relationship and the dynamic of nothing works by 100% depending on the city alone. My next Let's Talk portion though is for the folk who are not like y'all. It's for the folk that are very nasty. It's for the folk who somehow have lost the definition of the understanding of taking pride where you live. It's just wrong. It's wrong to go to your neighborhood convenience store and buy a bag of chips, or buy a drink, or buy whatever you buy, and it's put into a bag, and from your route back from the store to your home, whether you complete your bag of chips or your drink, you throw it on the ground. That's the opposite of having pride. It's not only nasty, it's illegal too, by the way. But I want to speak directly to you, and I hope this message finds you, right? It's a high probability that you may not be watching this segment of me having this direct conversation with you. Expectations of the city that we're supposed to pick up trash, we're supposed to pick up litter, we're supposed to pick up recycling, and we do. We have and host cleanup days with neighborhood leaders and residents, but y'all go back out there and do the same thing. I don't understand. So I'm hoping at some point you find a way to listen to this. I got a couple notes for you. Please stop being nasty. Please stop doing illegal things, and take pride where you live. I cannot stress that enough. Pride is free, doesn't cost a thing. And pride gets you to where your neighborhood is cleaner because you live there. You take ownership. I know you may not want to hear it, but it needed to be said. Nothing of that has anything to do with government. That's all about the character not only of your neighborhood, but the character of you too, where you live. So that's my Let's Talk. That's my Let's Talk segment of Straight Talk. So with that, Councilor Smitherman and I am lobbing it to you to dunk it and close us out.
Thank you, Mayor Woodfin. Just to piggyback and expand on what he was talking about, we had the Pride in the West Side cleanup last month with Mayor Woodfin. It was District 6 through 9, and it was very motivating and very inspiring because we had people from Rotaract, the mayor's office, constituents coming to come out. And my office did do cleanups last summer, and there were barely even 10 people out there. So I know COVID is going on right now, and some of your neighborhoods are having cleanups, but please don't go back in trash areas if you see us cleaning up. You have to take pride in where you live. You know, I was talking to a constituent and I helped him out with a big issue he'd been dealing with almost as long as I've been alive. And guess where I saw him the next week? Picking up trash during the street. He says, I feel so much more motivated. And he said, when I saw some people about to start littering, they saw me picking it up and they stopped littering. So it is possible that we can clean up our district. Just something quickly I want to talk about. The District 6 complaint log is something my office has started, and it's to have a open line communication between myself and the mayor's office when it comes to your complaints. What usually happens is we'll ride through the district, or we'll take your phone calls, we'll put in the complaint log, get a 311 tracking number, and then give it to the mayor's office. So I want to give you some numbers for how many complaints we have submitted. As of May 2020, we turned in 59 complaints. 6 are working, 23 are closed, 30 are open. We had some more complaints, but we actually lost some of them, so we're still trying to recover. June 2020, we had 60 complaints. They're still working on them, just because that was just a month ago. As of this month, and this month hasn't ended, we've turned in 259 complaints. And some of that is illegal dumping and overgrown lots. You know, in the mayor's office, they'll clean it back up, like I said before, and sometimes we'll even clean up at these cleanups, and you guys will, not you guys, but somebody is putting trash back in there. So, and we are working on 311 tracking numbers. And if you ever want to see if your complaint is in our complaint log, you can call us at 254-2359, or you can email me. But we just encourage you to just call my office whenever you need something. And we have events coming up, so refer to my Facebook page for that. Thank you, Mayor Woodfin.
Councilor Smitherman, as always, thank you for this tag team. Thank you for what you're doing on behalf of the residents of District 6. We talk often. The residents of District 6, you all have a elected official. You all have a leader. You have someone that genuinely cares about you. You don't know some of the calls she makes on my behalf, on your behalf, but I can tell you, she's not going to say it, but let me brag a little bit about her style. Her style is 100% rooted in our residents deserve better. Here's an issue. Mayor, help me solve this issue on behalf of the resident who lives in this neighborhood or that neighborhood in District 6. She genuinely cares, y'all, that's what I'm saying. And I know that because she's actively paying attention to what's happening in the district. But she needs your help. So shout out to, again, the residents of District 6, thank you for participating. Shout out to all the neighborhood leaders, thank you as well. Shout out to all the small business owners, thank you as well. For all of you all who already are full of pride, take pride and do your part, thank you. For those who need a little bit of motivation, here's to you. Take more pride in your neighborhood. Thank you. Have a good night.